Okay, this is my like slight problem with Malcolm Todd. Okay, people compare him to Steve Lacy a lot, saying he's like the white version of him. I don't agree with that. Malcolm Todd appeals himself to his LARPing audience. Like people will LARP it. People, oh my gosh, I need to stop saying that. People listen mostly to his song Earrings. This is similar to what happened in like the 2020s with Bad Habit and Steve Lacy. The only difference between them is Steve Lacy like fought against people like LARPing his music. He would like test people like with their lyric knowledge, tell people to get out if they only listened to like that song, and were like pretend like taking tickets from fans to listen to his other music. Whereas Malcolm is actively encouraging people to like TikTokify his music. He's actually doing that himself. In his new album, all of his songs sound the exact same, so they can be used like wherever they can be used on TikTok as new sounds, except they all sound the same. So they're all, I think what he's thinking is that they're all going to get equal popularity, which would in turn boost his music. Like get your bag, I guess, but at some point you need to appeal to the actual culture of R&B, which he is an R&B artist, yeah, like that's been established. And I don't know if this is too woke of me, but I think one of the main reasons he's popping off so much on TikTok is because of his appeal to the white boy aesthetic, which also is I also think that Steve Lacy isn't as popular on TikTok because he isn't applicable to that aesthetic, which has been getting popular like so much recently. And like Malcolm Todd's like appealed to this with like his outfits, how he like presents himself, his consistent like release of new music. And I don't know, it's just really odd to me. And there's also a thing where he had like fraudulent like listeners for his song Earrings, just so he could like get a lot of popularity on this like one app that I low-key forgot the name of. You can search it up on Instagram though, it's like everywhere. But it's like making me think like you're doing all of this just to push yourself outwards as like a more like TikTokified artist. It's like somber, but he's not like touching kids, which is great. I'll talk about my hate with somber in another video. But Malcolm Todd appeals himself to this very like specific audience of TikTok, which is like white boy aesthetic, niche, swag gap, those like specific words, which is like broadening out to a more like popularized aesthetic. It used to be like smaller, but like as that's getting more popular, Malcolm Todd is in turn, he's making more like TikTokified music. I wouldn't have as much of a problem with him if he actually like tried to expand the culture of R&B with new experimentation, or just like pushing new precedents for himself, because all he's doing is falling into the same like the same cookie cutter house cookie cutter house singer thing on TikTok, you know? Like I think the reason Steve Lacy is becoming such like, I wouldn't call him niche, but he's smaller than Malcolm Todd, but he has so much more culture in his music. He's experimented more with his styles and like what he does with the singing, and I think that's why he's stuck around for so much like longer. And I feel like if Malcolm Todd did that, he would like appeal like less to like the TikTokified like TikTok population, but he would really just enrich his like music and get a lot more like much more of like a culture behind it, like Steve Lacy does. I don't know, I've repeated a lot of words in this video, but yeah, Malcolm Todd's essentially like the newish somber, but without like the scandals. I hope he doesn't get any scandals. That would be pretty bad, because his music isn't horrible, it's just very copy paste and appealing to the masses, which I get you want to do with your music, but he isn't experimenting at all, and there isn't any like changes to it. Like his music could low-key just be like background music with something, and you'd think it's the same song looping over and over. That's kind of mean, but it's true. I don't know. Does anyone else feel this way about him? Let me know.